Whoa!
Jeff and Jeremy in the morning.
Yesterday, the news came out about Robert Kraft, who's the owner of the Patriots.
Friday.
And it came out yesterday what he was being charged with.
Oh, yes.
And so, remember, it was 2 counts.
One the night before the game, one the morning of the game. Then the game was in Kansas City. He was in Florida.
Well, no, apparently he was trying to get a 3-way. These charges he was filed with were for double solicitation because he was trying to get a 3-way going with him and 2 ladies.
See, I'd heard last night on CBS Sports HQ.
Oh, okay. I did not watch that last night.
No.
What is my source?
Not
here?
A lot of people do. That
ESPN.
One of the charges is the night before, and then one of the charges was the morning after.
Well, this says...
So he must have had a good time the night before, and he's like, before I get on the plane to go to Kansas City, I need to go back. And that's what he did. And he was chauffeured in a Bentley.
Well, apparently he liked the action going on in Kansas City because if he went back for it. So,
it wasn't in Kansas City.
Oh, I'm sorry.
He was in Florida.
He was in Florida.
The morning of the AFC Championship game. That means he had to get on a plane and go to Kansas City after the escapades. After, yeah.
I see.
Or, I don't know. I'm guessing he was at the AFC Championship game, right?
It says he was...
Didn't he accept the trophy and all that stuff?
He was at a day spa in Juniper, Florida. Mm-hmm. So that's where this went down at. That's where he was on surveillance, apparently trying to, get it done.
Everybody that I spent a lot of time yesterday afternoon listening to commentary from coast to coast, different sports talking heads. And everybody's saying, well, he's not going to lose the team. It's only going to be a $500,000 fine. But when Jerry Richardson he wasn't even brought up on sexual harassment charges. He settled, and then the sexual harassment came about, and he was fined by the NFL. He was fined by the NFL $2.75 million.
Why?
Sexual harassment. Interorganizational sexual harassment.
Oh, somebody from his office?
Trying to cover it up. Oh. Okay? But he did not pay the people from his office that 2.75. That number is undisclosed because it was a settlement. But the NFL fined him $2.75 million. So, whereas the question, there's a lot of ties to this place and human trafficking, and I'm sure his defense will be, I was just going to get a massage. I didn't know.
According to the story, they have the whole thing on surveillance.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Yeah. Who's going to watch that?
The video is always the damaging part, right?
Yeah, the video's
Kareem Hunt, Ray Rice.
They'll blur the parts.
Now Robert Kraft.
They'll blur enough so you can get it out on the, 6 o'clock news. So Lester Holt can put it on NBC News.
$500,000 is going to be his punishment because they're using Jim Irsay's punishment for driving under the influence as the litmus on this. But why was Jerry Richardson not only fined $2.75 million, but also then forced to sell the team to somebody else? Now, I don't know if what Jerry Richardson did was worse than Robert Kraft. That's why we are asking you that in the SurfNet Communications poll question.
Which team did he own again?
Carolina Panthers. That's right. We're asking you, which is worse? Soliciting a prostitute or sexual harassment in the workplace?
On 3, say your answer. 1, 2, 3, prostitute. Okay. Wait. Which is worse?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
You're talking about human trafficking.
No, I'm sorry. I disagree. I'm saying... Well, see, that's the part I have a hard time with. What is this human trafficking?
People that are forced to have sex against their will.
I mean, they'll make it sound like they brought these girls in from another country.
Yes.
And you know what I mean? And they're forced.
Now, Robert Kraft does not know that.
But there are businesses out there that women,
they choose to do this.
Yes. And they make a lot of money.
So we don't know.
And I got to think those women are the best, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't know.
But apparently the reason why this place was being investigated in the first place is there was a human trafficking element to it.
So you're telling me that if you had to choose your fate, it would be sexually harassing someone you work with over hiring a prostitute.
Would I rather be forced to have sex for money or sexually harassed? That's the way I'm looking at it. And I could deal with the sexual harassment.
Because you're a guy. We laugh that stuff off.
Right. But I mean, that's why we're asking you the question specifically. KZOZ.com. They're
You
not
said
asking
which is
me.
worse, soliciting prostitute or sexual harassment? Yeah. Harassing someone, to me, is worse than... Because a prostitute is usually willing because they're getting paid. It's just paying for
There's
sex.
two people. Yeah, but in this instance...
Well, you didn't write that.
Right. I know. I didn't say human trafficking because I think everybody would have said human trafficking.
All right, you can let us know, KZOZ.com.
Soliciting a prostitute that might be part of human trafficking?
It's our SurfNet Communications poll question. Click on SurfNet Communications at KZOZ.com. Find out how you can win
There's another
5 years
layer,
free internet.
There's another layer to this onion that a lot of people aren't thinking about. You remember the Gillette ad came out around Super Bowl time, right before the Super Bowl, and I don't think it ran during the Super Bowl, but they decided to launch it. It's not even a commercial. They're calling it a short film. It's a 2-minute commercial, and you might remember the whole
bullying,
the Me Too movement against sexual harassment,
masculinity.
Toxic masculinity.
Is this the best a man can get? Is it?
They do a really good job in this commercial of kind of going
Can't
back
hide from it.
and showing over time how
It's been going on far too
it's,
long.
you know, the way they project women and men, it's not
Can't
appropriate.
laugh it off.
Yes. And
You should, if you're there, share it.
I don't think everybody's seen this.
Yeah,
I just assume that everybody's
I had
seen
not
it.
seen the full version of this. I saw the 30-second version of this on TV, which is not good. But the full version is actually
there was
very,
a 30-second version of it?
There's a great message to it.
And they have this ad that went viral, like it was supposed to. I mean, that's what they do. Ad agencies, they try to get you to watch this. But it's talking about bullying and harassment of women and treating women this way. How could, in any good consciousness, Gillette, and yesterday I said that Robert Kraft owned Gillette. I'm sorry, I was wrong about that. I misspoke. I was always under the assumption that that's where he made his money, but he's an investment guy.
Okay.
After looking it up yesterday after the show. And, but Gillette, he has the sponsorship.
Gillette Stadium, yeah.
And he owns the stadium.
Yeah, okay.
How could, in good faith, after what happened down at Juniper, Florida, could Gillette continue to sponsor the stadium in which the Patriots play?
Oh, yeah, I'm sure they'll pull their sponsorship.
After going forward with this is our message as a company. We're going to start treating women better. And the guy that owns the stadium in which you put your name on is going back for seconds at a massage parlor in Juniper?
I'm sure if not today, tomorrow, they will
Jupiter
announce...
or Juniper?
Juniper.
Okay.
Like the tree or the plant. That they will pull... Oh, no, Jupiter. I'm sorry. It is Jupiter.
It's Jupiter?
It is Jupiter,
Okay.
like the planet. Florida. What a
Plant, planet, same thing.
You'd think it would be more of a plant. It was named after a plant that grows in the region, not a planet that we'll never get to in our lifetime, but whatever. So you would think that they would pull their sponsorship right away, if not today, because he was charged yesterday.
Yeah, I'm surprised they
we
haven't done it yet. It was Friday.
See, I've got no crazy.
It was
update.
Friday, and
But
there's
maybe they're hanging.
It's still Gillette Stadium.
He says he had nothing to do with this. They're saying they have video. He's saying he's got nothing to do with it. Maybe they're trying to honor what he's saying, and they're going to wait and see. I don't see that happening. I think in good faith, people try to give that time, but the public image of your company by associating with this guy is going to be way worse than just bouncing out.
805-543-3693. If Gillette drops off as a sponsor of the Patriot Stadium, who should sponsor him? Who would be a good sponsor for the New England Patriots in Foxborough?
I mean, we're pretty sure that Gillette is going to pull out.
Do you have to use that term?
I'm sorry. I apologize.
Of everything you could have said.
Well,
of everything.
That just happened.
Pull their sponsorship.
They are probably going to leave the Patriots and their sponsorship with the with Gillette Stadium.
Vacate their sponsorship.
All right, Josh has been holding on. What do you got?
Hey, no worries. I was going to say either maybe Trojan condoms
The Trojan field.
or Pfizer. I think they make Viagra.
Yes.
Oh, there you go. Old guy, Viagra.
The Pfizer Stadium.
The
That
safest
would
a man can get with a Trojan.
That would be the
They would have
greatest.
the money for it, for sure.
The hardest a man can.
the hardest a man can get.
Jeff and Jeremy in the morning. Don't miss a moment. Subscribe to the podcast on Google, Apple, YouTube, and Podbean by clicking on Jeff and Jeremy at KZOZ.com.